Hey everyone, my name is Bren Harris, at Win with Bren and Warrior Moms by Bren. I'm so glad you're here. We are talking to such a warrior today. And my question for you is, what's your warrior story? I know we go through our lives and we decide, oh, nobody wants to hear our story. What's that one thing that you never thought you would walk through victoriously? And for those of you who may not know me, my name is Bren Harris, and I founded Warrior Moms by Bren when my son was medically injured at 22 months of age. And we walk through hell. Now we walk through it like we own the place, and you can too, because your story matters. This is episode 60. We have an amazing guest today. Please let me know. We're streaming across all platforms. This is a little new for me. Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Let us know in the chat if you can see those. We have an amazing guest today. Oh my gosh, her story is one of complete and total wins. And I want you to please welcome my amazing friend and remarkable guest, Miss Tenille Stewart. Tenille, did you
Hi.
make it?
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, we can.
Hi. My name is Tenille Stewart. I help women who have been diagnosed with lupus go from confused and discouraged to healed, hopeful, and in control of the medical narrative. It's great to be here.
Ooh, I like it.
Thank you.
That's a definition of influencer if I've ever heard one. So please tell us, can you walk us back to the beginning real briefly so that we can know where did you grow up and where are you now?
I grew up, I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Clearwater, Florida, and was living in New York for a long time until I just moved to Covington, Georgia. I've been here a year, almost exactly a year.
Oh, wow. So this is kind of an anniversary.
Yeah.
So when you were, tell us about your diagnosis and how that came about.
Okay, so I was 19 years old. I was very just sick. My grandmother picked it out first that something was wrong with me. I wouldn't get out of bed. She thought like, are you super depressed? What's going on? But I was just in a lot of pain, just achy from head to toe. And they started checking my fever. I had like a consistent 102, 103, 104 fevers. Then I got I didn't go to the hospital until I had a full body rash and a consistent fever. Then they took me to the emergency room and they were like, what is going on? Something's happening. So it took 8 months for them to diagnose me. And during that 8 months, I could not eat. I was living off of Pedialyte popsicles because everything else came up, even water, everything. So it took 8 months of in and out of like the hospital and out of the doctor's office and just basically like sleeping and wondering what was wrong with me. And they finally came up with it's lupus. Not like the show House where it's never lupus. This time it really was. And, I was confused. I had no idea what was going on. Never heard of it before.
Wow. So what were your thoughts? You were just so sick you didn't care? It's like, wow, we have an answer, or
Right.
what's lupus?
I thought to myself, oh, like, yay, they have an answer of like what it is. And then it was a couple of days later that I realized, oh, this doesn't have a cure. I thought, well, that's great, but what am I going to do now? I was happy to find a diagnosis because I thought that they could do something. Then in a couple of days when I just was on a lot of medication and not having any answers for anything, because I realized that not only did I not know what it was, but barely anybody knew what it was. So it was just
So what's
scary.
your quick definition of lupus for those of us who are not familiar?
So the quick definition, I would say it's your immune system is confused and attacking your healthy cells. So include your entire body, skin, organs, brain, like all of your like major organs, including the skin. It attacks as if it's a foreign object, a disease, something it needs to get rid of. So you get a cold, your antibodies fight the cold virus. With lupus, it thinks your body is the cold. So it's fighting as hard as it can to get rid of your existence.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. And at 19.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Well, I am asking the other platforms to see if they can see us, and I haven't heard back from them.
I
So,
know you can be seen on Facebook. I
okay.
shared it on my Facebook when you
I
started.
just want to make sure everyone gets to hear your story.
Thanks. Thanks. It's interesting that people want to know about my story, considering like it's just people ask like, how did you get through it? You just there's not a choice. Do you want to be alive or no? like just get through it.
And it sounds like you were pretty sick by the time that happened.
Yeah, yeah. My first flare up, I thought that was the sickest I could get. And little did I know, a few years later, I would make medical records for how sick I got. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, so please share with us the main thing that you want people to know. What we understand what lupus is.
Mhm.
Why does that matter to us, those of us not affected by it?
Okay, well, it is affecting all of you, even if you don't think it is. Chronic illness in general is something that is really, really prevalent in our society today. And people are not taking care of themselves, and people are judging other people when they look at them, not knowing that maybe something is seriously wrong with them. Like, it's an invisible disease. Look at me
Right.
today. Nobody
Oh,
would walk in
beautiful.
and be like, "Oh, she's definitely got a life-threatening illness." Like, I look like anybody else's mom, sister, daughter, cousin,
Mhm.
and there's a war going on inside of my body. So, do not judge people by what you're looking at on the outside, good or bad, because they could be fighting battles in their bodies, in their minds that you have no idea about. So take care of yourself and be kind to others is my general message across my whole life, you know?
Okay. And does that affect like employment or showing up for events?
Yes. So employment is a tricky one because I have gone to jobs where I'm a great employee. I will toot my own horn, toot toot, because I take direction very well. I'm in it for the greater good. I want the company to succeed. I don't work for places that I don't care about anymore.
Right.
And yeah, and really I've had to leave a job because I couldn't walk and they were mad. Like I was
Ugh.
attempting to get dressed on my last day of working at Applebee's. God bless Applebee's because it really they put me through college, honestly, with my we're working there. But I was attempting to get dressed and I could not put my pants on. And I was just in so much pain and like crying, but still putting my pants on. And my mother came into my room and said, "Sit down, get back in your bed right now." She called my GM and was like, "She is not coming in." And I know she would if I wasn't here today, but she's not coming in. I can't believe you let her work in her condition. And not only that, I was
Mm.
working and like people would make fun of me about how slow I was moving during the beginning of that flare up. Uh,
Oh,
and I was genuinely in pain. I genuinely couldn't do it. But there were years prior that I worked fine and I was one of the best and I was one of the fastest. So it's a toss up. It's not guaranteed. And it's weird because you can get disability with this as soon as your symptoms are gone, you can get cut off.
oh
So,
my.
yeah. And with lupus, a lot of other secondhand diseases can come along with it because of the medication, et cetera, et cetera. Um, so you could be lupus cancer. You get the treatment for the cancer. As soon as the treatment is done, they're like, go back to work because you're supposed to be fine now. You're supposed to be healed now.
Mhm.
So
Right.
it's tricky. It's hard to get and keep jobs sometimes
Ugh.
because you're unexpected, having a bad day. You'd be great for a month and then have a day so bad that you cannot get out of your bed. So,
Now, I know this is uncomfortable, but bear with me. Let's walk through this. The only way out is through. Can you describe when you say you're in so much pain? What does that mean exactly? Is that joint or muscle or both?
yes. So it's different for everyone, which is another issue with lupus in general. It's very hard to diagnose and also hard to uh, give an account of like everybody because this is just my experience. So in my experience, uh, every day I wake up and I assess what my body feels like. I don't move.
Mhm.
I just lay there and I go like the bottom half of my body. I wiggle my toes. I like bend my knees. Like I assess. And like
Uh-huh.
at this point, like I'm moderately well. Like I'm pretty good. So like if I've done nothing, I'm just waking up, it's sore joints and like a general soreness of like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess when some people have a flu, like that like ache,
Right.
that's the general feeling that I would get if I'm having a bad day. Headaches are really common. Not being able to eat, just like a nausea. Um,
So it
yeah, so
varies. Is that what I hear you saying?
so much, so
Okay.
much. Because sometimes you'll wake up and something specific will hurt, like like one specific joint or like a pain in your body that'll be an organ that's aching. So it varies every single day. You have to just kind of assess the damage when you wake up.
And so medical protocol, is that medication, prescriptions to treat the symptoms?
Yes, 100%. So uh, they put a majority of lupus patients on immune suppressants. So the immune suppressants work in a way that, and steroids, which are also immune suppressants. So they work in a way that they make it so your immune system calms down. It's not killing you anymore. Also, it's not killing the other harmful things that are coming after you. So
Oh, wow.
I've had pneumonia 6 times in my life because immune suppressants would
Oh,
not allow my body to fight against the pneumonia. So then I end
wow.
up being in the hospital,
Mhm.
uh, having to be on IV medication that's, helping kill that pneumonia. Also, I'm still on a varying amounts throughout that of, steroids and immunosuppressant drugs.
Right.
So it's complicated. It's complicated.
It sounds like there's a trade-off. To treat the lupus, you risk other infections.
100%. And long term of certain medications like prednisone. I've been off and on prednisone for 20 years. So
Wow.
um, almost 19 years. So there's long term effects, the testing that I get done yearly for your eyes, for your bones. It can eat
Mhm.
your bones and muscles. It can cause really like degenerative diseases in your eyes, all kinds of things that are the cause. But the trade off is you feel pretty good. When they put you on a high dose of prednisone, it immediately your body is calm. Your
Mhm.
face is like a full moon crazy, but your body is calm. And it also makes you crave salt and retain water. So there's like
Oh,
a
my.
20-pound rebound that my body is on, off and on prednisone, depending on the dosage. But yeah, like,
Mhm. Wow. Now, working through that, I know you and I are in the same mastermind. We've been working on personal development and sharing our story. What are a few things that you may have learning to articulate this? Because I know I'm guessing you were like me. I didn't really think I had a story. Now we're changing that narrative. We're influencing it for the good and taking control. What are some changes for you since you've been honing in on the exact purpose you're walking?
I realize no one's been through my story. My story is mine alone, and it matters,
Ooh.
and it could affect someone. Do you know, like in my mind, even at the beginning, it really made me uncomfortable to be like asking someone to pay attention to me. I'm just like, I was thinking, so like I survived. Like I didn't do anything. I just survived. Like then it dawned on me through all the talks. Like, okay, you can give steps on how you did that. You can give steps on how you're not a miserable person, a miserable sick person. You can give steps on how lupus is not your whole entire identity. Look at you having other interests and talents and things about you that are exciting and like people underestimate the fact that because it's easy to you, it might not be easy to someone else, and you could help them to make it easier for them. And it blew my mind. I was like, oh, wait, hold on. That's a power I didn't know I owned and could share with the world. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's
Oh,
great.
that's great. Do a lot of people, and this may be obvious, I don't know. Do a lot of people go undiagnosed?
Yes, kind of, because even when you are diagnosed, you get used to a certain amount of pain and a
Mhm.
certain amount of like you just kind of get accustomed. You're like, oh well, this is how it is. And then if you don't know what you're testing for, it's still, even though house is off the air and people are getting diagnosed more, uh, it is like one of the last things that they test for, which is weird
Oh,
because the
okay.
testing is much better now. It's way easier to diagnose people than it was when I got diagnosed, and they still don't test for it. They'll test for literally everything else. And also, because my body reacts differently than most bodies, they every time I have a long hospital stay, I have at least one doctor come in and tell me it can't be lupus. It's gotta be blah 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 blah, blah," and test me for a bunch of other things because my lupus acts differently, and it can also be accompanied by a lot of other diseases, Sjogren's and cancers and all
What
kinds
was
of
the first one that
fibromyalgia.
you said?
Sjogren's.
What is that?
It's like I don't know what the actual technical. So I know that you get really dry eyes, really dry mouth,
Mhm.
and it has like uh weight things that happen, but I know it's painful, like the dry eyes, like sometimes you get dry eyes, like it's really dry eyes, really like
Oof.
painfully dry eyes.
Yeah.
um yeah, I don't know the exact definition, but I know a lot of people with lupus also have that.
And that's how it presents.
That is how.
Okay. Now, what's one thing we can do in our own life to not trigger lupus or to prevent a flare up?
I honestly believe it is stress management, and stress management. Further, furthermore, I am a vegan. I watch what I eat. I watch what I drink. Like I treat myself. I'm a human being. I'm a pastry chef. So like, hello, I do things. I'm a vegan baker. So let me retract. Not a chef, baker. Um, so like I do treat myself. However, your body builds up all these toxins all the time. And so, toxins on top of super stress, you are asking for a calamity of some kind. Like it might not be
Mhm.
today,
Yeah.
this week, this month, but down the line. Like your body can only take so much. This is such a precious gift that we have. Being
Right.
able to sit here and walk and talk and do things every day. I'm just so grateful, so blessed, so thankful. Like that I've come out of such storms, learning to
Mhm.
walk again, learning to talk again, having no
Wow.
hair, etc. Like you need to take care of your body, be mindful. Like the stress that we take on for other people or like jobs or, other situations, like this is your temple. This is the only place you have to live. So
Mhm.
really, as long as you are doing your best, don't guilt yourself either. Don't stress too hard about not taking care of yourself because that's another stressor. To start anew every day. Uh, yeah, take care of your mind, stress as little as possible. Nothing matters. Don't stress about the little things, and everything is a little thing.
Mhm.
Stress and what you're eating and drinking, like that, and like movements. Live an overall healthy lifestyle, and you can prevent big flares, and you can prevent just any chronic illness. Like, come on, if you are a healthy person out there, take care of yourself. I'm jealous of you. It's not fair. Be healthy.
I hear you. I hear you. And I've had to learn that the hard way as well. The one thing that I love about you is that you are always smiling and you just smile through and you share with such joy because you know what to do and you're helping others know what to do. Where can we find you? And your masterclass is happening next
Mm.
month.
Yeah.
You're going to be giving us some good tips and tricks and insider strategies.
Yes.
Um, where can we find you on social?
Okay, social. So Tenille underscore the captain is my Instagram name. Tenille Stewart is my Facebook name. I'm on YouTube, Tenille Stewart also. I'm on TikTok, Tenille So Silly. I do affirmations daily on there. I'm at 429 days of affirmations.
In a row?
Yeah. Well,
That's
there's been a couple of days that I have skipped, but I haven't if I skipped, I didn't add the number. So like almost every day, most days. It's
That's
been a few
excellent.
months since have skipped any days. So yeah.
Oh, that's
Um,
incredible. And
thank
I will
you.
put that when we repost this, I will put that. And if you're getting value, chime in and let us know value. And if you're on the live or the replay, put an L or an R. And if you're listening to this later, just know that you can reach out. Tenille and I are both online. You can find us on any platform and ask questions so that we can reclaim quality of life. That's a big deal at our house. So thank you for reinforcing that, my friend.
Thank you for
Anything else?
having me, Warrior Mom. Like, you're incredible. Your family is incredible. Like, the grace that you have while you go through this life with all the things that have been handed to you,
Mm.
you are, one of a kind. I promise.
Well, thank you. The feeling is very mutual, my friend. And remember, let's be unapologetic, authentic, and legendarily you. See you guys later.